Hello friends and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're going to be returning to Blood Courier. I wanted a chance to play this deck before the new set drops. Figure that for the first couple weeks people are going to be really hot on Boseiju, which is going to be quite good against Blood Moon. And then after that I imagine that the copies of Boseiju will start to drop to more reasonable levels, but that's the future and we'll see what happens when it happens. But today we're going to be resolving blood moons, or that's the plan. No, this is not a keeper. We're going to have to throw this one back. Unlucky, unlucky. This is not a very good hand either. I don't think we win with a hand like this. Already running into some difficulty. Game 1. Looks like at least Blood Moon would be good in this kind of matchup. Something good? Oh, okay, Blood Moon. Now we need to land on top. Hey, Ducat Games. Doing a little bit of catch-up. Uh-oh, Elementals. I've missed a couple of sessions that I would have liked to have played earlier, so gonna play now. Come on, land, 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 give me land! Rough. Would have been a perfect time to resolve a Blood Moon. Hey, Mr. Gray Fox. I missed a couple days, so wanted to play a little bit of catch up. I'll still be streaming Pauper at the normal time today. I think we had a chance to come back in this game. I think it's probably over now, but let's go for another draw step, maybe two. They don't exactly have a quick clock here. We can get rid of what's on the board with Fury, and if Blood Moon is good, then we still might just win this. But I think we really need that land on top right now. I'm doing okay, Mr. Gray Fox. Having a bit of a tough time with my lands right now, but we got a Ragavan, so we can kill their board, dash in with Ragavan. We might want to dash with Ragavan now. No, no, no. Because if they have Endurance, they'll just kill the Ragavan and get value from the Risen Reef. Alright, here's another Voice of Resurgence. And a Harbinger. What do they reveal with Harbinger? Risen Reef, makes sense. Alright, I think this is the last chance to get that land. Frustrating. Oh well, that's Magic sometimes. Do you think Modern Slivers has any potential? I have never played it, so wouldn't really be able to answer that for you. I haven't heard good things about it, but yeah, I haven't played it. But like if you're just taking it to like your F&M, you're looking to have some fun with it, then go for it, have some fun. Generally we don't have links in the chat, but if you like, you can send me a whisper and I'll take a look at it later. Oh, what's the holdup here? I kind of just want to concede, but I'm going to take one more draw step. Huh, that's an interesting play. Maybe looking for a land? Must be looking for a land. I mean, they're doing better than I am for lands, but they still only have 3 here. Exiled an Omnath. Okay, yeah, they're really going for that land. Alright, last chance to draw a land for real. And it can't be Den of the Bugbear. Alright, done. That was kind of ridiculous. 6 draws without a land. But, that's Magic for you. That's variance. I'm thinking Moon is going to be pretty good if we can actually get one to resolve. Going to want to keep our removal. What are we looking to take out? Might be looking to take out some of my critters. I think I kind of have to keep Bomat Courier because of Darcy, but maybe not. Because if we take out the artifact creature, Delirium just gets way worse. We might want Path to Exile as well. Although that's a bit of a tension with the various Blood Moon effects to be bringing in Path to Exile. Maybe we'll just stick with Unholy Heat, Lightning Bolt, Prismatic Ending. Maybe take out Ragavan. I think we'll take out Ragavan on the draw, but I think we'll keep it on the play. Hey, Mr. Grey Fox. The reason why I didn't want to do that is then they would have been rewarded for playing a Solitude. They would have been able to evoke the Solitude, get a draw from the Risen Reef. Oh, did I say endurance? I meant solitude. One land hand, but we get to start with Ragavan. I think I keep this. No solitude, no solitude. All right. I was absolutely supposed to attack with one of these Bomat Couriers. I think I'm just tilted after that last match. Let's try and play a little bit better, though. I remember last video I made with this deck, I made a very similar mistake where I didn't cast my Bomat Courier and get that extra point of damage, that extra card underneath it. Didn't end up mattering in that match, but we'll see what happens. Really looking to get this Blood Moon down if we can. That might mean using the Fury. Oh no, no lands. Oh well, at least we get to turn 3 Blood Moon. It seems that way this match, but there's actually 20 lands. Okay. Basics. Cycling. Ah, I like that. No lands ever. That's the name of the game today. Never play a land. It depends if they have Fury, they just wipe our board, right? And they do have two colors. Fortunately, they don't have blue. Blue is going to be one of their most important colors. Casts Risen Reef and Omnath, I believe. It's a pretty good one. Gets rid of my Blood Moon. Ooh, and being ephemerated? I guess we have to kill that, right? Oh no, they have another ephemerate. Bye-bye Bomat Courier. So I think we Unholy Heat this, and then just attack. Taking Reflecting Pool off the top of their deck. And we don't have anything else to do, so pass back. Nothing for them to ephemerate. But they still got 5 cards in hand and access to all of their colors now. Oh, except for red. They no longer have access to red. See, I was being kind. I was giving them access to a bunch of red. Maybe they needed it. That's true. I did take one of their Furies with my Ragavan. Okay. Oh, that can't be allowed to stay very long. Gonna have to get rid of that, absolutely. Hey, Devilish Greg. Yeah, doing a little bit of catch-up here. There's still going to be the normal stream at the normal time. Just catching up. What do we get? Unholy Heat. Okay. So if I Pyromancer, discard these two, and then hit land, I can heat this. Or I could just Fury this, guarantee get rid of it, and then play the Pyromancer. Devilish Greg, definitely the new ninja. I'm not too sure on the others. Well, no lands. What are they casting? Revelark. You're kidding me. 2 target creature with power 2 or less. So they can get the Risen Reef and the Foundation Breaker back? That's brutal. What a card. Revelark. Damn. There was this one black removal card, You're Already Dead. That one looks pretty cool. Seems like it would be pretty good with the Witches and Pestilence. So you could probably put one or two into a black deck. I got mana for Solitude at this point. I think that we're just hosed. We got pretty unlucky this match. I think that this is definitely a winnable matchup, but yeah, our cards just didn't agree with us. Maybe we just have it here. I mean, if they don't have Solitude, I think this wins. Guess they could also just have Endurance here. Yeah, and they're getting to draw two cards with Risen Reef is real strong. Which is why I didn't really want to do this. Alright, so they drew a card. Fury by evoking. Kill your stuff and hope you don't have Solitude. Oh, they have something. Looks like Solitude to me. Womp womp. Well, we fought pretty hard on this one, but I don't think there's any coming back from it now. Just show me something I can concede to. Drop an Omnath or something. Oh, is this a Fury? I'll concede to a Fury. Okay. Playing against Tron, we got turn 3 Blood Moon, but we can Prismatic Ending the Expedition map, so maybe they won't have turn 3 Tron. Remember, we have to play down to the Bugbear. Okay, so they play Forest, which means they won't have Tron turn 3, which means our Blood Moon is good. Really hoping for a Ragavan on top. Even a Bomat Courier. I get a land instead. Is it worthwhile to take the Relic off the board? I don't think so. There's the tower we knew about. Alright, so I guess we'll take another land out of the deck here to thin a little bit. Alright, so we have Blood Moon down. The unfortunate bit is we don't currently have anything to actually win the game with. So we're going to need to put down a creature. Now we can put Obosh to hand. We have Fury. We probably just want to actually light up the stage. So bolt them, light up the stage, I think is the play. Okay, getting there. Now they're almost in range of Wormcoil Engine. Okay, we do find fifth land though. So we can put Chandra down and put Obosh to hand. What do we need? A creature or an artifact or an enchantment or a planeswalker? Land doesn't do it, but we also don't want to draw land, so we'll put that to the graveyard. Alright, sure would like to attack. How about you let me get to my combat step here? Don't have Delirium yet, so we actually have to click the Darcy to get it to attack. Alright, Ancient Stirrings means no Wormcoil this turn. It does mean that they could be setting up a Karn for next turn. They find Karn the Great Creator, which they can immediately cast. And that can go get Crypt, Tormod's Crypt, which can keep us from Delirium. Oh, they go get Oblivion Stone. That's a really good one. Got Lightning Bolt. Alright, so I think we play Obosh, tick up Chandra, bolt them, go for big damage. We could also Fury kill the Karn. And if they don't have another land, like what does it cost to activate this thing? 3 and then 4. So they're not going to be able to play this and activate it immediately. So it might be worthwhile to kill a Karn. Five to activate. Yeah, let's guess we could hit the Karn. It doesn't kill it, so let's just hit them. Bolt them for 6. Prismatic Ending, another sorcery, brutal. I was really hoping this was going to activate. Oh, well that's what we needed. We needed the creature. I had it all along. We put them to 1, and that should pretty much do it. Right, it's 4 for a fate counter and 5 to sacrifice it. Thanks, Milliman. Alright, so we bring in all the Magus of the Moon. We're going to want Path to Exile. It seems like a bit of a non-bow with Magus to bring in Path, but if they manage to resolve a Wormcoil engine, it's really important that we have a way to get rid of it. And there's also the question of Wear Terror. I think I'm more interested in Wear Terror if I'm on the play, because then we can wear a map. I wouldn't say I'm off Yogg. I play Yogg every second Friday. I have to kind of keep my schedule to be playing a lot of different decks. That's the way I get the views on the YouTubes. So Yogg is the deck that I always come back to. I want to keep the lightning bolts for reach, direct damage. I think we'll run with this. Oh, that is a lot of Dragon Rage channelers. You really like the Yawgmoth, huh? Well, I am playing it this Friday, so it's not too long to wait for the next time I play it live. And of course, I have many, many Yawgmoth leagues on my YouTube that are available. Alright, so they mulliganed pretty hard here, but Tron mulligans very well. Okay, so they found a tower. Do they have Sylvan Scrying in hand? No, playing a star. And Ancient Stirrings to reveal... Not a power plant, a power plant. Okay. So they just found their way to turn 3 Tron. What does Karn liberate here? Going for one of my channelers. Reduce the damage, makes sense. Probably go get, yeah, Blast Zone with this. Looks like they immediately have the mana to be able to activate the Blast Zone because of the mine. So they can get rid of both of our Dragon Rage channelers, and theirs goes our clock. I think we're going to just go to a game 3 here. Unless I draw a Blood Moon. And even then, like, the Karn just kills the Blood Moon, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so now that we're on the play, kind of interested in these Wear Tears. No land hand, must mulligan. Oh, this hand isn't very good. At least we have Prismatic Ending for a turn 1 map. Just like I wrote it up. Yeah, Ragavan's been hiding. Okay, can attack with Bomat Couriers light up the stage? I should just yield to these. Oh, there's a Blood Moon, but we need a land to play it. So need a land on top. And for them not to have Natty Tron. Okay, no Nat Tron. Nice. Play the moon. This does mean that we're cut off of white mana, but it's not a big deal. Until it becomes a big deal, of course. They have Nature's Claim, so Blood Moon, all that work, not going to do anything. But we do have access to just a ton of cards from these Bomat Couriers. Alright, so they reveal Star. There's a Darcy. Yeah, I do know that. Yeah. Hold priority, sack them, get all the cards. Alright, so we have enchantment, sorcery, land. This is creature into the graveyard. Ooh, another Blood Moon. They find Tower. 7 mana. Okay, so it's not 8 mana. 7 mana is not too bad. Like, they put Karn down, and then what? And then we get to attack with Den of the Bugbear and all of our critters, and that's lethal. I think even if it had been 8, because like the Bomat Couriers stick around if they cast Ugin. So I think even Ugin we would have been fine. The problem would be Worm Coil Engine. Okay. So we just sacrifice whichever Bomat Courier they block. They go to 1. Oh, Chandra. Okay, that wins the game. Chandra does the 1 damage that we need. GG. Yeah, this looks like a keep. So our opponent is another streamer. I think they changed their name recently, though. They were going by Squatchief. I think they changed it to something else, like, Hey, the Legacy Pit, thank you so much for the raid! Cheers! How was your stream? What were you playing? Exactly. Although, like I was saying a minute ago, I think that he changed his name recently. Bomat Courier, it's a great way to get Delirium when you're running Obosh. I almost don't want to play the Bomat Courier here because if Ragavan connects, we're going to want to play Chandra. Okay. Brutal. And now we have nothing to do. Having trouble with our lands again. So this looks like a match where Blood Moon would be pretty good. So we're going to want to bring in the 4 Magus of the Moon. Might want to bring in Wear Tear, because yeah, I think they're playing Wilderness Reclamation. All the carps, thanks for the follow, friend. Yeah, it looks like Temur Rec. Probably play the Pyromancer, I think. They just have Counterspell for it. They are down to few cards in hand, but they have Memory Deluge in the graveyard, so they're going to be able to reload here. Thanks for the follow. Okay, they're just throwing down a Shark Typhoon. I think that's the beginning of the end. Kill my Bomat Courier. Yeah, I'm gonna, like, if we draw another red card here, I can Fury, kill 2 Sharks, Unholy Heat, kill the other one, attack for 3. But yeah, I think we're dead. We do get another red card. Okay, we'll concede. One of their last two cards with a counterspell. Alright, so I wanted Magus of the Moon, and Wear Tear. I don't think Prismatic Ending is getting us anywhere. As for, like, we're going to want to have some removal in order to hit the sharks that are going to get in our way. And they probably have some number of planeswalkers here. I'm just going to trim the removal so we're playing 3 of each. I think we'll go with this. Is Lantern super good? I guess, yeah, there's definitely a few hits for Lantern, now that I think about it. I mean, Magus is weak, yes, but it is more copies of Blood Moon, forcing them to use those removal on these things. Oh. Ren and 6 just does in with my Darcy. Pyromancer. So we can go Chandra or we can go Seasoned Pyro. Both seem pretty good. Ah, don't have the mana to cast that. Another Ren and 6. They just drew 2 cards with Archmage Charm, get to untap all their lands. We have the Blood Moon now. Alright, another counterspell. Chandra is ticking up towards ultimate. But, yeah, Rogue is just doing really well. Has a very nice setup against us. We've been missing land drops. They've been hitting all theirs. They got Wilderness Reclamation to be able to cast their spells on their own turn and my turn. Their deck is just chugging along exactly how they would want it to. Making a big shark. And now that shark can start pressuring our Chandra. Woof. And they just slam a Shark Typhoon. I think this game is about over. We're not going to be able to ultimate the Chandra. Kind of surprised the Ren and 6 went after the Chandra there. They could have killed the Ragavan, attacked. I guess then they would have been vulnerable to a Ragavan off the top of my deck. No, they're still going in for the attack like this. Maybe they have a Lightning Bolt to finish Chandra off. Alright, well I think this is a very winnable matchup, but the way that it turned out, not so much. And yeah, if we had had a Blood Moon rather than a Magus of the Moon early, would have been a totally different story. Takabolas, thank you for the follow, friend. Alright, so the Fury can knock out one shark. Like, the shark is just too big. I guess we can Seasoned Pyro, see what we draw. I think we're done. This hand looks fine. I think we'll start with Darcy, then turn to Courier. Blackleaf Cliffs, no Luris. Dredge. Okay. Yeah, no kidding. So many Dark Blasts. Oh man, this sucks. So we got 3 Soul Guide Lanterns in the sideboard. This has been a real rough league, friends. No, yeah, their triple Dark Blast hand was very good against my triple 1-drop hand. Yep, Ox is in the graveyard. Looks like we're just dead. Like I could Fury kill all this stuff, but then they just Ox and bring it all back. Alright, let's bring in Soul Guide Lantern. What do we take out in this matchup? Is there much use for Prismatic Ending versus Dredge anymore? Because they're not playing the that one-man artifact anymore. And then we just don't have any white cards in the deck. Could potentially bring in Magus of the Moon for some extra Blood Moons, take them off their colors. Right, Path might be better than Unholy Heat. Blossoming Calm can save you against Conflag. Seems fine, we'll keep it. Have turn 1 Darcy, turn 2 Lantern, turn 3 Magus. Okay. Fortunately, they're going to go ahead and use this on their turn so we can get it with Soul Guide Lantern. Definitely appreciate that they decided to take a shortcut there. If they had waited until our end step, our Soul Guide Lantern would not have done much good. Alright, let's see what they hit with this Gaze. We might want to immediately use the Soul Guide Lantern. No, not going to want to use it yet. Like I was saying, we don't need white mana for anything. Just going to take one of these. Oh, Ragavan. I think I just want to play the Magus of the Moon immediately. Let's cut them off of colored mana. So no otherworldly gaze on upkeep. No dredging. Yeah, Iburakima, that makes sense. Didn't want to give us loots. Alright, they're going to scoop to our moon. One quick scoop deserves another. And we're going to resubmit as is. Alright, we've got Ragavan, but we don't have any hate. Kind of think I want to throw this one back and try and find a Blood Moon or something. Or a Soul Guide Lantern. Keep this one. And I think we'll just get rid of one of the couriers. Wow. Probably just use the Soul Guide Lantern immediately, huh? Guess we could let them... Yeah, I don't think we need to use it right away. Let them dredge the Thug, and if there's something like really scary that hits the graveyard, we can activate. I'll let them have the Necromoeba, that's not too bad. An Ox, Dark Blast, and that's it. Might want to go for the Lantern now. I don't want them to have Dark Blast. I don't want this, like, there's so much going on in the graveyard here I don't want to happen. Cathartic Reunion with two Dredgers. Got pretty lucky on the Dredge there, but they still got a lot of good stuff. including like an Ox is coming back next turn. Legal Gari Thug. There's Dark Blast, and here comes the Ox. Oh, they hit Creeping Chills. I think this game is over. They get their Silver Smoke Ghouls back, which bring back their prized amalgams. And they're at 25 life. Look at all that power. So we have 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. We still take 9. GG's. Only one land Ragavan hand. I'm gonna keep. Ooh, playing against goblins? This is really, really bad. Just like the worst. Mog Fanatic, so good against Ragavan. Yeah, looks like that. Exactly. Whole bunch of blockers here. Okay, we do hit the land. Attacking with Bomat Courier seems quite poor. They could just easily block here. We're going to have to hit this with a removal spell, and then they'll kill the Bomat Courier anyway. I think we're going to want to use the Prismatic Ending, since the instants can be pretty good later, to try and break up their combo. Interesting. Letter of acceptance. Other people have been looking at the magnifying glass. Need to find a Fury to clear the way. Blood Moon. Take them off of various colors, but we don't really have a way to get the Blood Moon to resolve. Don't have enough mana. Ragavan can't really attack. We are just getting trashed, friends. Not a good day for Blood Courier. I've also seen some people, speaking again of like the Tron stuff, replacement for Prophetic Prism. There's 2 mana rocks, which can be pretty good. I think I saw the Simic one being used. Oh, there's Fury. So we can clear out the board with that and then play Blood Moon. Blood Moon, not too good. I mean, they're already basically a red deck, but does cut them off black mana, which is a few things. Yeah, now we can counter the goblins. Haha, Cavern of Souls. What do you think about that? No way. They just have Kiki Jiki on top. Good thing this doesn't have haste, huh? Oh, we didn't keep the lightning bolt because we're stupid. So now they can just go infinite with this. I guess we have the Ragavan. No, we have the Ragavan, so they have to block, or we take the Kiki Jiki off the top of their deck. Yeah, pitch Ragavan might have been the better way to go, but Kiki Jiki off the top of your deck now. We're just about dead with that. Down to 2. Oh, that is not another Fury. Needed another Fury on top. The New March. Not too sure what that is. Alright, we're dead. We found Fury there from the Bomat Courier. We could kill these two creatures. Bring in Path to Exile. Don't think we really want Wear Tear. Soul-Guide Lantern doesn't seem good. Like Blossom and Calm, meh. And Blood Moon also doesn't seem that great here. Unfortunately, our Ragavans are just not very good in this matchup. But we are on the play here, so this would definitely be the time for them to shine if they're going to have an opportunity to do so. It's really just not wanting to work out here. I'll have to look that up later. March of the Reckless. One land on the play with Bomat Courier. I don't think I like this one. The Fury's pretty good. Alright, so we can keep this, get rid of maybe a Ragavan. Alright. Good start for us. We're actually going to be able to get this Ragavan to connect. It's an additional cost to cast this spell. You may exile any number of red cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less for each red card exiled that way. Exile the top X cards of your library. You may put up to 2 of those. You may play up to 2 of those cards until the end of your next turn. Interesting. Could definitely do with some testing. Do we like this more than Blood Moon? Honestly, don't think Blood Moon's going to be doing too much against them. Okay, here comes Fury, evoked, getting rid of a Snoop. Kill all my critters, take 2. Oh, no, that's a monkey, not a goblin. Duh. Not the same thing. Oh, it being an instant is really good. A lot of those effects in the past have been a sorcery. Wow, just take a bunch of damage, huh? I almost don't want to play the Fury. Like, we just kill a matron, so what? Aether Vial stays at 4. Blood Moon doing a little bit of work. Does Anti-Hobble come into play tapped? That's not supposed to work like that, right? It's supposed to come into play untapped? I saw earlier they had revealed a Goblin Matron when one of these came into play with Blood Moon on the battlefield. I think that's wrong. Lightning Bolt is pretty good here. So we hit them for 6, kill them. What if their last card is that thing that lets them sacrifice goblins and then they gain life? Think they're F6'd? Okay. So yeah, on the draw, Ragavan is definitely less good. Ooh, just drawing lands here, unfortunate. Okay, Fury. Ooh, okay. Can get rid of their Aether Vial. Got an instant. Now a creature in the yard. And a land. So we're just missing sorcery or artifact or planeswalker or enchantment. Oh. Oh, there's the enchantment, so we get to save one. Leave the lightning bolt on top. We can put Obosh to hand and have a lightning bolt up. We'll kill that with a lightning bolt right away. Do I want more removal? Probably yes. All right. Tunnel Cat's going to concede there, giving us our play points, or at least half of them. All right. Well, that was definitely an interesting league. All right, friends. Here's the Blood Courier list that I was playing today. Had some unfortunate luck, but I mean that's the way Magic runs sometimes. I did want to have the opportunity to play with this deck again before everyone's playing Boseiju to kill my Blood Moons. Yeah, I still really enjoy this deck despite the record today, and I think that I will be picking it up again at some point once people calm down about Boseiju. So, you know, when that happens, I'll be back again, turning Bomat Couriers sideways. And until then, happy blood mooning.